The following is a review for Hot Shots Golf for the PlayStation 2, rated E by the ESRB or A by the SETO organization. Now, let's cut all the nonsense now, and let me just go ahead and say this. I am not the biggest fan of golf games, although I must admit that the golf mini game on Wii Sports was arguably a lot of fun. But honestly, I never understood the idea of sitting down and playing 18 holes of golf. Any kind of golf. Well, maybe mini golf, but that's our story. Actually, I'm getting ahead of myself with this review. However, our good friends, and you'll have to forgive me because I have to look up who gave us this game. The Sony Computer Entertainment, which gave us, by the way, this is Hot Shots Golf. I don't know if I said Hot Shots Golf 4, but yeah. This is the 4th game in the series. Now, I don't know if they made any more after this, but I guarantee you if they didn't, it's a crying shame because this is a lot of fun. The general modes you'll get to play are, well, there's tournament. You can also do matches against your mates and all that good stuff. I personally think the whole lot of fun you can have is in the mini game, which is 9 holes. You can play the excuse me. You can play a chip and putt, which is basically having the course be a par 3, and mini golf. Now, you only play 9 holes at mini golf as opposed to 18 or 21, depending on where you've actually gone to play mini golf before. For me, I've gone to like Valley Brook, Spring Lake, Old Pro Golf, stuff like that. The mini golf has 2 courses: your beginner course and then your advanced course. The beginner course is pretty straightforward, just you trying to get the ball in the hole. Here's the tricky part. Unlike the mini golf you and I are used to, where you get like 5 or 6 strokes max, this game has a stringent rule. You only get 2 chances to put the ball in the hole. If you don't, you get no score. Now, in the mini golf, you want to get a high score because that's how they grade you. In the chip and putt, and even in the regular game, you want to get a low golf score but a high point total. I know it sounds goofy, but try to stay with me. The way the mini golf works is if you get the ball in on your first shot, you get 50 points. Well, you can get up to, 50 points. See, generally, it'll give you 1 point per foot the ball goes in the hole. It takes the ball to get in the hole. So, conceivably, you can max out at 50, and yes, it's even if you somehow sink a 100-foot putt, and yes, there is a course which is over, there's a hole on the advanced course which is over 100 yards, or 100 feet. I'm going to give you a couple of gripes about the game, but it's, for the most part, a pretty stellar game. One of the main gripes is that the power meter the game gives you will show you generally where the hole is. Okay? Now, even if you're going with the wind and you hit the ball to about where that flag stick is on the meter, you might not make it to the green. You might still come up short, which can drive you nuts, especially if you're trying to win first place in a tournament to unlock a character or a course or a piece of equipment. And I've had more than my fair share of frustrations with that. You also have this problem where the game will actually line you up, but line you up all funky to take a shot. An example, the first hole on the advanced course. It will actually line you up to putt into a wall, to bank off of it, to go past some what we'll call metal pin fences. Literally, they put like big giant spikes in the course, and you have to try and hit around them. This is commonplace in the beginner course, course 1, but this becomes even more rampant in course 2. Another issue with the game is when you hit the ball and you're thinking you're going with the wind, or you've set up your shot right. Unfortunately, when the camera flips, the wind indicator arrow sometimes also does it too, and it will drive you batshit. Because you think you adjusted right, then you find out you actually screwed up more, and you're going, no! Again, it's a frustration. Now, the game is still playable and the game is still fun. It's at least not Outlaw Golf, which, oh my god, don't even get me started on that game. But that's another review for another time. Outlaw Golf 2. Whoosh. Okay. Yeah. Generally, I would recommend the game, and you don't really have to be a golf fan. I do suggest, however, that you have your ball bearings or your pillow to punch or whatever, because this game will frustrate you. I did manage, by the way, to get a high enough grade to unlock the second mini golf course, and I also got rewarded enough to where I unlocked one of the new courses for tournament play, which is kind of weird how, I mean, yeah, it literally, when you think tournament, if you've ever played actual golf, you know that if you don't reach a certain crescendo with your score, you don't make a cut line and you don't go to the next round. The way this game works is it's one 18-hole round, and you have to try and get to first place. Every time you play another hole or play another round, it's essentially saying, okay, this is round 2, 3, 4, with no regard for a cut line at all. So it's almost like saying it's always the final round, not the first round. If that makes sense. It is, you have to play the game to understand it. But if that makes sense to you, then great. Otherwise, I tried. If you want me to give a letter grade between A to F, B-. I mean, there were things that look like the mirror's a little trippy, but the mirror's a little trippy, and the wind indicator can be a little batshit. But other than that, it's not a bad game. I just wish that sometimes it would have given a better indication with the power meter. That's all. Anywho, what I suggest is I paid $10 for this game. So if you go out and you find it for $10, go pick it up. Later.